So first, let's actually review these games. I gotta figure out how to do that, actually. Isn't it down here? I'll find it. Ah, write a review. Yeah. Okay. Do I want this? Yeah, that'll work. I would recommend, this is for Bioshock 1. Just 1 second. I'm also still getting blasted here by the music. Yeah, light. By the way, this is, hold on, let me move myself. If I haven't shown it before, Forehead, the dude, he's the one making the free DMCA music, DMCA-able music. Pretty cool stuff. Some of the stuff's like kind of iffy, but for the most part I like it. That is not what I wanted to open. I almost opened Discord. Okay, so Bioshock 1. I fully recommend Bioshock 1. What do I want to say about Bioshock 1? Let's just start with this. I fully recommend anyone to play this game. If you know nothing about it, you are in for a treat. It has a very a pretty deep story. With some really cool characters. Some would I want to say it's like it's a good survival game. No, not survival. It's a good FPS. I remember when I used to think of this game, it was like a survival horror, but with most games that people classify as horror or a scary game, once you play it once and you understand how it works, I don't see it as a horror game anymore. That's just me. So with some quirks like the kinetic plasmids. Oh, music. I want to say that's how you spell it. There is nothing like sending out electricity from your hand. Don't mind my spelling. I'm surprised I got that far without a spelling error. Can I not? Hold on. Electricity. Let's do this. So, however, the remaster doesn't really do much, in my opinion. There were some changes in visuals, or there were some changes in graphics, and the DLC stuff for free is nice. but the game could have used a overhaul, in my opinion. The game is pretty old at this point, and the mechanics are starting to show. You can get over this easily, though. A great game. Honestly, for the game itself, I want to say I'd give it, let's say that 10 out of 10, absolutely perfect. That game is the best thing, and you're probably never going to get a 10 out of 10. 0 out of 10, there is nothing. There was no game. There was no point. There was no story. There was nothing. That's how we do that. In like a 5 is, it is a game. There was a story. It may have been good. It may have been bad. But there was an attempt made. So, personally, I would give this an 8 out of 10. I would give it an 8 because there is nostalgia to it. There's an importance to me for what the story did to me. Can I lower this, please? The mechanics, I say they're a little out of date because, I mean, at the time, it's not like they created a new game and made the janky mechanics. They're playable. It's not that bad. It's definitely easier on controller, but I'm not going to factor that into that. I think the story really holds it up. An 8, I feel like, is just like a solid game. I'd give a game a 9 if I felt like it had good mechanics at the time of reviewing it. Good mechanics with a great story, near flawless. But I think Bioshock has its problems. There are, like, the second half of the game gets pretty boring. So I might bump that to like a 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. Let's just add in. The game is amazing, but there are moments when it seems to drag on. Much like the second half after the huge event, to put it lightly, without spoiling. Granted, the game's been around since, I want to say 2007, but that sounds wrong. I know what date it came out, but I can't think of it on the spot. So I think a solid 7.5 is like a good ranking to me. That's like a pretty dang good game. So I think I'll do that. I fully recommend anyone to play this game. If you know anything about this, about it, you are in for know nothing about it, you are in for a treat. It has a deep story with some really cool characters, a very fun FPS with some quirks like the genetic plasmas that give you, or they give you. There's nothing like sending out electricity from your hand. Smacking a dude with a wrench. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Now for Bioshock 2. This game has moments. Not view my reviews. My bad. I wanted to post a review. You son of a. I do recommend this game. I'll start off with that. Let's think here. The sequel. Come on. No. Not even gonna attempt it. I can't spell sequel right now. Improving on the world of Rapture. Bioshock 2 really made a huge step in expanding on their world. Taking the form of a Big Daddy in search of his own little sister. Taking the form of a Big Daddy in search of his own little sister is a really interesting story perspective to take. This is the second part. The fear of Rapture and its splicers is taken away. Being a Big Daddy, which was once so scary, is now your strength. All of the weapons from Bioshock 1 are now just Big Daddy versions. You feel way too strong for the world of Rapture. That's my biggest complaint about Bioshock 2, is that there's no fear left in it anymore. The characters you meet have some real depth to them, and your choices actually have some impact to the story. By that I mean, like, when you're talking to Grace or Stanley Poole or Gil Alexander, when you choose to do something with them, whether you choose to kill them or not, whether you choose to harvest or not, how you deal with Sophia Lamb, you have real choices in this game. Granted, the endings really aren't that much different. I mean, drastically they are, but they're not really to me. I just think I think there are some things that Bioshock 2 really improved on Bioshock 1, like the mechanics, which I'll talk about that in a second. But there's something about Rapture doesn't feel the same anymore in Bioshock 2. It still feels like Rapture, but it's a different part of Rapture that does, I don't know. It just doesn't tie up the same. Mechanics from the first to the second have greatly improved. In combat, much more effective. My bad. Probably also, I just probably wrong. But this port to PC made the game a bit unstable. This won't factor into my ranking of the game, but it is something to look out for. So yeah, the port, if you watch through Bioshock 2 on my stream, it crashed a lot, like many times. Like I want to say 10 plus times, and it also crashed once during the DLC as well. So I had to remember to keep saving, which it's not a bad idea to keep saving. I don't mind that, and I don't think games should have like consistent autosaves, because I mean I support that because I play like New Vegas. That's one of my favorite games, and Skyrim and Oblivion, and those games you don't get autosaves all the time. You have to remember to keep track of where you are and save yourself. But with those games, you're more focused in on what you need to do, and you know if you don't save, or if you haven't saved and you die, you're going to feel the impact of all the stuff that you just did, and you have to redo it, and it could be difficult to do all that stuff again. So you get in the habit of just like, okay, I've done some stuff, let's save. I've done a few small things, let's save. In an FPS, you don't think about that. You're going, and you're going to keep going, and that should be it. You usually don't have to worry about crashing. And in the Bioshock games, if you die, you just spawn, unless you have a setting on to where you turn off the Vita chambers. So that's like, it's not a big deal, but because the port isn't very good, the crashing was so annoying. But like I said, I'm not going to factor that in. That's just something to look at in case you were worried about it. So with that said, I think story-wise, the game improved a little bit. Again, being a big daddy, took some of the fear away, so it knocks it down a little bit. Mechanics are a little bit better. The story, the more I look at it, I think it is at times better collectively than Bioshock 1. But Bioshock 1 has such a big reveal in it, something that's so like monumental in games. That's why its story seems to carry itself through the second half a little bit. So I think, honestly, I would give this game an 8. It fixed a lot of things. It's more consistent with its pacing and its excitement for the rest of it. I don't know if I would say Bioshock 2 is a better game than Bioshock 1, but I think it is a better game. But personally, I would still go with Bioshock 1 as, like, you know. So I think if there's typos, I'll fix it later. Maybe. Now, Bioshock Infinite. Let's do that one. Don't even look down there. People are getting weird down there. Highly recommend this game. Out of the 3, I said it when I was playing Bioshock 1, it's either the worst or the best one. So the world of Rapture is a distant future for us. Wish I could spell future. The world of Columbia is our new setting. Deeper characters, better mechanics, and amazing visuals. There we go. Amazing visuals. It Irrational Games had to take a huge step away from where they were with the Bioshock series to keep the momentum going. It deals with some very heavy topics, but does it in a way that makes you get very invested. I don't have many complaints about Bioshock Infinite, but this game does feel quite a bit different than the previous installments. It doesn't really feel like a Bioshock game to me. With that said, it is still a great game. With the DLC included, it makes for one of the best game series in my opinion. The DLCs are not not needed to complete the series, however. No. The DLCs are not needed to complete the series, but to add on to it. Really, that's all I have to say. I think Bioshock Infinite is a really good game. I talked about it for a little while there. I'm going to give it an 8.5. It has some problems at times. I feel like it's a little bit slow with the pacing, but the story is just really good throughout the first part of the game. DLC included, it fixes... It doesn't fix anything. It ties everything together so well. But if you're not adding that into the ranking, I would just say solid 8.5. It's so close to like a perfect game to me for what I would want from a game. Post the review. Okay, so those are the three. There, let's go. Okay. All right. I'm gonna shrink myself up a little bit. I'm gonna move over here. Reviews are done. We're not done. We're done looking at the reviews. Lock that in place. I almost shifted the screen around. Probably zoom in a bit, but it's fine. We're gonna quickly rank all of the vigors and plasmids real quick. So, we're gonna quickly switch that to one run. Haven't used, we'll keep there, and then we'll add trash. Let's see, let's just change the names. Alright, so we have one run, good shit, reliable, boring, not great, trash, and haven't used. So I believe this is Sonic Boom And some of these also plasmids, they might be from Bioshock 2 multiplayer. So keep that in mind. So Sonic Boom, you can launch them forward. It's kind of funny. I don't think it's that useful, so it's kind of boring. But it's useful, but boring to me. It's like Fusroda for Skyrim. It's nice. It's funny. But I don't think it's really all that useful. Granted, when I play through Skyrim, it's almost the only one I use. I don't really use shouts. So, I believe that's a multiplayer one. Hypnotize Big Daddy. I think it's terrible. I think it is absolutely trashed here. Bucking Bronco. I would also say it's useful, but I don't care for it. It's kind of like Sonic Boom and the same thing, but you keep them floating, you can do fun stuff with it. I like Charge. I don't think the melee is good in Bioshock Infinite, but Charge, it's fun. You can get really far with it. You can do some fun skips, speedrun skips with it. Yeah. Winter Blast. I'd say it's also reliable. Being able to freeze enemies is pretty good. There's nothing wrong with freezing enemies. One problem I have with it... Actually, we're going to move it down here. I would put it reliable. But if you kill something like when we did in Bioshock 2, when we'd kill the Alpha series, you would freeze them, and you'd start hitting them to try to get research up, and you might destroy the host and get no loot. It's kind of annoying. You want loot. Devil's Kiss. I think the traps are good. The normal ball is fine. I think it's good. It is some good shit. I believe this is Electrobolt and not Shock Jockey. Electrobolt, if you're doing a wrench run, you just win. You just shock them, hit. Shock them, hit. That's all you have to do. It's so good. Same for when you're using the drill. It's great. Enrage is boring to me. It's useful, but sometimes you have an enemy that's by themselves and you don't realize it, so you waste some of your Eve. It's not a great plasmid to me. Gravity Well? Let me look at these real fast. Yeah, that's Gravity Well. It's the Minerva's Den DLC one. I think it's fun. And it's like the same tier as like Bucking Bronco, but I think it's more fun just because of gravity. I think it just looks cool as a fun explosion. And if you upgrade it, it has poison. That's pretty cool. I think that's a multiplayer one. Also multiplayer. Incinerate is just reliable. Setting enemies on fire is fine. I don't think it's good. Or I don't think it's like a great one. But it's just pretty reliable. Bees, you win. That's all it is. Bees, I'm going to even slide it over here to say that is the best one. I think hold on. Can I add another tier? Can I edit this? Add a row buff. Edit this one. I like the gray. And we'll change that to you son of a bitch. Change that to bees. Bees is the best here. Bees are the best plasmid. And I'm going to quickly do this as well. I know they're not bees, but Murderer Crow, right up there with bees. Both the same thing, pretty much. Murderer Crows is better. I'll change what I said. Bees is the best for Bioshock 1 and Bioshock 1 and Bioshock 2. Murder of Crows takes bees and makes it better. Murder of Crows, there we go, oh my god, is the best vigor. And plasmid, if you had them in the same game. Best thing ever. I try to use Ironsides. It could be good. I might have just been using it wrong. Old Man Winter I'd say it's the better version of Winter Blast. I don't know. Because of the DLC, it's just freeze and hit and they're dead. I think that's... you're not too worried about getting loot in the DLC and Burial at Sea. So I would say that's better. Ironsides is gimmicky. I would also put Return to Sender there, because I don't think either of them are that fun. I mean, you can, if you really wanted to, hold up Return to Sender for a long time, get a ton of bullets and set an awesome trap. It's situational, and those situations can easily be dealt with Murder of Crows with one upgrade to make the traps. Peeping Tom, honestly, if it was throughout the other games, it might be contender for one of the better ones. If they had stealth kills, which they kind of do if you have the tonics in Bioshock 1 and 2 for, like, Wrench Lurker. I didn't put chat on this screen. Sorry. No one's really saying anything except for Hum said something about Ironsides being gimmicky. I'll fix that another time. I need to do that. I just realized that. I was like, oh, my body's going to be covering it. And then I realized, oh, it's not on this screen. We'll fix that eventually. Possession? I don't care for it. I'm going to put boring. It's like reliable, but I don't use it enough. And you need, like, both of the upgrades to make it useful. Having enemies kill themselves after using it, that's awesome. But you need to buy it. If you want to use it, you need to buy the upgrade Possession for less, because it's either use Possession 3 times and you're out for good, or use it like 10 times. So you have to upgrade it. That's what makes it bad. Murder of Crows, you don't really need to upgrade it. You could last with just normal murder. I think this is a multiplayer. Can I change this to... I should have kept having used there, but that's also the multiplayer tier. Security Command, I think it's trash. It's trash because I don't really know what it does. It either you throw it at cameras or turrets, and it has them on your side for a little while, like Possession, or you throw it onto an enemy and all turrets or cameras are attracted to them now. It's just, again, situational. Or you could just go up and hack with Electrobolt. It's that easy. Shock Jockey, I wouldn't even say reliable. I think Shock Jockey in Bioshock Infinite kind of sucks. You can use a lot of it. You can set traps. Summon Big Sister. You use it for the last 15 minutes of the game, pretty much. It's really cool for Bioshock 2. Last 15 minutes of Bioshock 2. You just don't get to use it enough. I'd say it's good shit. I'm going to even put it at good shit. If you could have used it everywhere else, you would win every run you do throughout the game. Target Dummy, I think it's boring. Telekinesis is good. Just for grabbing stuff alone. Being able to get rid of traps with it by holding up a body. And the fact that pulling something in doesn't use Eve. That way you can pull something in and then drop it. It's very nice. Cyclone Trap. It's the same tier to me as Sonic Boom. It's basically the same thing, but one is forward, one is up. And Undertow, also boring. No, it's going to be reliable because it's like Sonic Boom, and it's like Sonic Boom and Bucking Bronco, and you also have Tentacle Hand. That's kind of cool. So that's what I would go with for that. This would be my ranking for the vigors and plasmids. It can be broken. Like, you just launching a ton of enemies off an edge, and it has the upgrade where you can grab like 8 people at once. It's pretty dang good. You know what? You've convinced me. Hold on. All this talking's giving me wheezy. Asthma time. That is what I would go with, though. This is the final ranking for all of them. It's good stuff. Had some really nice applications in the Clash in the Cloud challenges. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, Clash in the Cloud stuff, like, it's fun, but I didn't like... I would beat myself up over trying to get all the blue ribbons in one run. It'd be so frustrating if you couldn't get one of them at the time. But yeah, Plasma, like the combination and some of the stuff that you can do with them, really cool. So that is it for that one. I think I might, I'm gonna keep this up, screenshot it, and just put it on my Twitter. So now we're gonna do the weapons, the ammo. This one it looks longer, but it's not. Because some of these are just going to get grouped together. Just get these switched back to that. Is that how I had it? I feel like I got them off. One run, good shit, reliable, boring, not great, and then trash. And then there's also multiplayer. Okay. So there's quite a bit more to this. So we'll get all the weapons, and then we'll put the ammos with the weapons. Wrench is a one-run weapon. It's just good throughout all of Bioshock 1. You might need to get a few tonics. You might need to get certain upgrades to Electrobolt or bees. But the wrench is just good, and it's a great starting weapon. The shotgun from Bioshock 1. Some of these are also going to be combined into, like, they're the same weapon, I think. Oh, no. The Bioshock 2 ones are down here. Some of them. Yeah, they're down there. So the shotgun from Bioshock 1, it's... I want to say reliable. Good shit for Big Daddies if you have Electrobolt or Electro Buck rounds. But overall, it's just pretty reliable. Honestly, get like one upgrade to get your bolts back. Crossbow is probably the best weapon in Bioshock 1. Napalm launcher's not great. You can use it. Like the electro gel is fine. Normal flames are fine. It's just more boring to me than boring. I've never found it useful. The photo camera, good shit. I love taking pictures. You get good stuff out of it, and it actually, I'll move it up to one run because it is very good. Without it, a lot of this stuff is really bad. The normal pistol, it's kind of boring. The rounds aren't really too useful. We'll get to that, though. And the machine gun is just reliable. The grenade launcher, I think it's kind of boring. Proximity rounds are nice. So we have the ammo here. Honestly, I just might... Hold on. Let's add another tier. Add one above this one, and we'll change it to pink. Close it. Oh, I want it. Yeah, that's fine. No, I wanted this one to be pink. And then this one could be just like a blue. the basic ammos are just going to go in there. So incendiary... hold on. Let's add another one as well. So you have the basic ammo and the great ammo. Oh. There we go. Okay, I want to change that to what is it? Let's just do that. So anything that's not great is basic. So I don't think the fire ones are great. No. That's great. No. I think the normal rounds are great. That's great. Normal pistol. No. 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 Yes. Those all go down here. The normal bolts, good. Trap bolts, no. Down here. Proximities are great. The auto hack tool is pretty basic. The hacking in Bioshock 2 is just so easy. Here, let's zoom out a little bit so we can keep it all on screen. The auto hack is just like, it's not that useful because the hacking is so easy in that game, and if you mess up, you can just hack again right away, and it's just fine. That's a multiplayer melee weapon. That one is as well. The grenade launcher from 2, I would say, is boring. The heater is trash. The carbine is 1 run. Hand cannon is 1 run. Machine gun is reliable. Crank, reliable. The volley gun is boring to me. Pistol is not great. It just doesn't do enough. The RPG is boring. The shotgun is reliable. The sniper is good. That's trash. This is boring. I think the repeater rifle is good. It's like the machine gun, but it's just a little bit slower. It just doesn't feel right. And then that's the hail fire or whatever it's called, the volley gun version, whatever. Burst round for the ion cannon. Being able to record in Bioshock 2, very good. That's multiplayer, 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 multiplayer. Bioshock 2 shotgun is better than the first one. We'll put drill up here right next to the wrench. I think it's just as good. I think that's multiplayer shotgun. Multiplayer melee, multiplayer melee. Multiplayer something, I want to say. Machine gun from 2. Pretty reliable. Multiplayer melee. The hack tool. I'd say it's reliable. I want to put it in boring, but sometimes it's necessary. It's pretty useful. That's boring. The heated rivets, right? Or heavy. The heavy rivets are good. No, they're good. The ion laser is reliable. I want to say it's good shit, but it's gimmicky. Melee. The normal ion ammo is good. Yes. It's basic. More melee stuff. Mini turrets are great. There's nothing bad about them. I'd say it's also a multiplayer. Oh, this is the gas cloud from Burial at Sea. That's why I was so confused. Gas cloud. I wish I knew what the radius was. That's why I'm going to put it at boring. And then the bell the same. The bell gets all around, but if you get them all to the bell, then get them there, then it's more useful. But you have to have the bell to make the gas useful. Phosphorus buck is going to go to basic as well. Wait, that's phosphorus, and that's exploding? They're basically the same thing. Another melee, or multiplayer thing. Excuse me. Radar range is gimmicky, reliable, so it goes to boring. The normal hack tool, I'm gonna put it at great. It's just so useful. The rivet gun's better. No, it's just straight up reliable. One damage upgrade, and it almost headshots everything if you get the headshot tonic as well. Normal rivets, great. Rocket spears, nah, that ain't nothing. The air, or this, what do you call it? Air grabber, something like that. It's the skyhook, but the other version. It's better. I'm gonna put the skyhook at actually not great. Yeah, you can do skyhook attacks. Melee wise, it sucks. I don't think the melee is very good in Bioshock Infinite. What makes the air grabber better, 2 steps better even, is stealth kills. Stealth kills are awesome. When you're doing it with Booker, you sneak up and you just slice him a new one, or you play episode 2 and you just bonk with Elizabeth. Sick. Very good. This is the solid round for the shotgun in Bioshock 2. Honestly, I didn't try it when doing the playthrough, but when you did the Protector Trials DLC stuff, I realized that is the best round in the game. I'm gonna even put it at the top. That is the best round. Normal spears are pretty basic. The spear gun, I thought when I started up Bioshock 2 that it was gonna be as good as a crossbow. It's not. It's kind of boring. I don't think it's as useful. Thermal rounds, that's going to go to basic. Oh, the Tommy gun? It's better than all the machine guns in Bioshock Infinite. And I'd say better than the Tommy gun in Bioshock 1. It's multiplayer. The sleeps are... that's just good. That's ammo. That might be one of the best ammo. Or, no. Up there with some of the best ammo, so I'll just keep it at the bottom. Being able to hit somebody with the sleep dart, pretty cool. Also, these should have been down here in basic. My bad. Because those were ammo, so I probably messed up. Oh, I said those were multiplayer. My bad. Trap rivets are reliable. No, they're great ammo. My bad. Trap spears... And the last one was that multiplayer. So yeah, that is how I would rank the... Let's see if we can zoom in. So I'm not blocking the screen too much. That's how I would rank all the weapons and ammo for the Bioshock series. All of them that I think are there. That should be everything. Multiplayer stuff, just don't even bother with it. And lastly... I didn't find a good one because it has the System Shock games as well. I've never played those. Sorry, System Shock. I do apologize deeply. Don't know nothing about you. Add 2 above it. Those are just blank. I'm going to put Bioshock Infinite. Personally, it is a A-tier game, as well as Bioshock 1. I think these 2 games, for different reasons, are equal to each other personally, not ranking them. Just how I have experienced them, not how I would rank them as a game. They're both A's. They improved on each other. They built a story. You could cut Bioshock 2 out completely. You wouldn't need it. That's why... You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Bioshock Infinite as the best, Bioshock 1, and then Bioshock 2. I think that's the best way to describe how I felt for these games. Bioshock and B's not bad. I think B's good. But these two are just like, they're just two great games. They've lasted me through multiple consoles and multiple games. Or multiple years, I should say. These 3 games, I've played them almost yearly. And they just are so good. They make me so happy every time I get to go back through and play them. So, there you go. I think we are good there. I'm going to quickly look at this. See if there's a good one to find that maybe we can toss another one in. Oh, hold on. So we just get Bioshock. Honestly, the genes and tonics would be way too much, and gear way too much, because I'm not going to remember a lot of them. And some of the characters, I'm not going to remember them. I could list them off, but I'm not going to remember how important they are. Like Ryan, cool. Atlas, cool. Sinclair, cool. Fink, fine. Lady Comstock, boring. Rosalind Lutece, solid B. Booker, great. Slate, Comstock, good, but I don't like him. Daisy, also good, don't really like her. Elizabeth, probably the best. Put Ryan down here, Sinclair below him. These two always have to be on top. Eleanor Lamb, she's up top. She's pretty cool. And she's right next to him. Fontaine, right there with Comstock. Gil was pretty cool. Actually, he'll go up here. Grace was fine. Jack, also up here with the main crew. He's the protagonist of the first one. You have to. Reed Wall, I think, was the DLC, Minerva's Den DLC guy. He was fine. It's kind of boring. I don't know who you are. You're not Tenenbaum. Tenenbaum's over here. Tenenbaum's an A. Or an S. Easy. You're the boring Lutece. Don't know who you are. You might be Diane. Hold on. Sally, she would get a B, but because of how much she sung La Vie en Rose, she turned that into a giant meme for me and my brother. She's up there. Sandra Cohen, also an A. Actually, no, he's an S. He's just an amazing character. Peach Wilkins? No. This is Peach Wilkins. He's a C. This is the pastor guy from 2. He... boring. Both of them down there. Actually, they're both trash. I don't care about them. Lady Comstock would be down there, but actually he goes down there too. Lady Comstock would be F, but she has like some story that's kind of interesting and some cool dialogue. Sophia Lamb, A tier villain, pretty good. She's right up there with these guys. I'd say Fontaine at the top, then Comstock, Daisy, and Sophia. Songbird, right up there, right near the top. Stanley Poole, also F because he's just a trash person. Delta, also up there. A little bit worse than Songbird. Suchong, also an A. Don't know you get an F. Okay. There's some good ones. So we'll quickly run through, just real quick. We'll do the games last. So quick last look. at that is the plasmids and vigors. The weapons from all the games, including multiplayer, and the ammo types in their own category. Back out a little bit more. The characters. I feel like this top row is pretty justified. Actually, St. Clair's cool, but I don't think he's that cool. Yeah, I'm more fine with that now. And then that's how I'd rank the games. Sorry, System Shock. Maybe I'll play it eventually. I don't think I plan on playing them anytime soon. But we will call it there. That should be it for the Bioshock series, at least on my channel and on stream, for quite a while. Maybe we'll go back in like a year and do the achievements. I don't plan on playing them for quite a while, though. We're going to do next weekend on Monday, so in like 3 days, we're going to go back and do Resident Evil 8. We're going to play through that and finish it, and then we're going to start playing through Resident Evil 1 through 7. I think that's the plan. I might throw some other games in between those so it's not so Resident Evil heavy, but I do want to play through those. Because I've been wanting to play 2 again, and I needed to play more 3. I've never played 1. And then I've also never played 6. So I need to get to those. And I own 6. So I got that as a gift. So maybe I can invite Ian on. He'll be my co-op player, unless I can get Allie to do it. But we'll see. We'll call it there. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. I'll fix the browser screen so that chat will pop up. But knowing me, it's going to be all over the place. I'm going to forget to do it. And next time I'll say the same thing. So, but it was good stuff today. I'm glad we got Burial at Sea done today, because if we didn't, we would have done episode 1 and then episode 2 a few days later. I'm glad it's all packed up and finished now. And I'm glad I did those reviews finally. So, thank you guys for coming out. It was an awesome stream. Appreciate it so much. And I will see y'all later. Peace out.